Hello everyone and welcome back, and this will be a general weekly reading for the sign of Leo for the week of March 30th. And I would like to give a special thank you to each and every one of you who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed and sharing with others, and for all the thumbs up on all the videos that you've watched. And of course, the lovely comments. Thank you so much for doing that for me. It is truly appreciated. All right. And I hope everyone's doing well. And your first card out is the Emperor. So, feeling empowered to start the week off. Feeling strong and determined to succeed, taking charge of what needs to be dealt with, stepping out into a new realm for yourself, looking into your finances. But you're making investments as well for some of you, or looking into the possibilities of. And the Temptress. So definitely taking care of business, understanding that you may not know all what you have to do right this week, but you are definitely looking into it deeper, by putting your foot in the water there, really trying to figure out what you're doing. And it looks like financially for many of you, like you're really looking to make good investments. Like if you're trying to either start a business or just put money away for a rainy day or investing in your finances for your future, you're definitely understanding that there's some things that have to change, but you're finding balance in it and you're in control of it. Like this is your understanding that you need to have self-control. Like, you're telling yourself perhaps that you need to put away $100 a month, that sort of thing. You're really taking control of matters in your life. And the Star card. So definitely things are changing around you. You're understanding that it needs to be, it's going to be, and you're taking action to make sure that it is. So that's very good for you, because you have been holding yourself back. You didn't have a lot of clarity, but this week you're understanding much more clearer on your path going forward. You're beginning to understand you need to step out into the spotlight, like get yourself noticed. Maybe perhaps you have a business and you want to, make things a little more clear for yourself. And you're feeling renewed and you're hopeful that things are going to be exactly as you're envisioning them, and you're willing to put the time, energy, and effort into this. So you're pouring more into your future. And the Death card. Well, that's all right, because you know what? You have to let things go, people, places, and things sometimes in order for you to step out into your life going forward. And that's what you're doing here. You're understanding that, okay, I've learned some things from my past. You're not going to forget anything that you've learned or from people in your life, any of that, but you're moving on. You're literally, understanding that with these changes for your better means that there are some things in your life you need to let go of. And that's all right, because this is a big change for you. There's an ending. And you're moving forward. This is your rebirth, your transformation. You're changing a lot of things for yourself. Yeah. And the Eight of Cups. You're realizing that you need to let something go. You've put time, energy, effort into this, but you're moving forward. You're no longer retreating from stuff. You're moving on. You're learning that you can abandon something or somebody or something, and still keep moving forward and letting things go, because that's how you keep your momentum going forward for the future. Pardon me. Wow, and look at that, 10 of Cups. Beautiful. Beautiful. I really like that. That's family, connections, total love, support here for you. You're feeling very much content with your life right now and who's around you, people in your life. This, whether it's your job, people you live with, family, friends, relatives, all of the above with this card. You're just in a happier state of mind this week. And you can see the future much brighter for yourself. You can see, the possibilities of your future, and it's going the way you had planned it. And the Four of Pentacles, with a little bit of tightening of your belt, and holding yourself back from overspending, that sort of thing, and learning where to put your money for that rainy day. Still be able to do things for yourself, like reward yourself, do the odd little thing. But right now, you're looking at your long-term security this week. And this one has been playing out for you for quite a while now. So for a lot of you are, really doing your homework. You figured out what you got to do, where you got to tighten up your belt. And now that you have figured that out, you're learning to move forward again. And look at that. Knight of Cups. You may have somebody coming to offer you some help, direct you in the right direction. This can be, Prince Charming coming to save the day, or this could be you giving advice to somebody else or helping somebody else to achieve what they want to achieve, or at least have the knowledge to pass on to somebody else. And you're doing it from the heart. It's not that you are holding back in any direction. It's quite the opposite. You're more than willing to go that extra step in order to help this other people. And the Five of Wands. So most definitely moving forward. There's been some competition, or you feel like there's been some competition in something. You're understanding that things are changing around you. And it's okay, because it's helped you to realize that you need to do things a little bit different. Move into the authority place for yourself, knowing that you are enough, you have enough, you offer enough to others, and you're going forward with that. Sorry about that. She has come to join your reading. But you are definitely in the right frame of mind this week for yourself. If there's been any challenges or obstacles, you're going around them or over them, but you are not standing still. You're not stopping. Any challenges or obstacles, you are just plowing through it, because you are determined to have what it is that your dream entails. And the Hermit, taking a little bit of time out for yourself, getting clarity, understanding that, sometimes you have to go within to understand more. And that's what you're doing this week. You're stepping out of, everybody's vision. You're doing a personal, internal, recalibration for yourself this week. There's some things that you have to change in order for your dreams to become a reality. And you're teaching others what you've already learned. So you are definitely on the right path for yourself this week. And you're telling yourself, this is how it's got to be. This is what you got to do. And you're quite willing to do it. And the Knight of Pentacles, there's your finances again. Definitely understanding that things around you are really going to change. You're taking care of business, you're watching your money. This is a very reliable person, which you are. You put in hard work, time, energy, and effort when you decide to do something or help another person. You give it your all, unselfishly. And you're understanding now that all your hard work is going to pay off. You're feeling more satisfied with yourself. It helps you to grow as well, because once you share with others, you know, it's easier to teach somebody sometimes than it is to tell somebody. So this is the week that you are practicing what you preach. And the shadows, yeah, you've been stressing and worrying way too much. It's caused you, for some of you, it's even insomnia. Like you're not sleeping good enough. You know, you're all up in your head, stress, worry about all the pros and cons of your actions and how that's going to affect everyone around you. You know, you're just over analyzing something, you know, to the point. And you're realizing that you need to just get off that horse and stop this, because it's not doing you or anyone else that's close to you any good. So you're all up in your head. You're knowing that, you know, you need to step out of the shadows and into the light and just get going. You've held yourself back way too long now. And the Two of Rods. Yeah, look at that. You're on solid ground. You know it. You just got to convince your mind to, you know, keep quiet for a while so that you can refocus on what you're doing. You know, you're waiting for results to come back. You've made choices. You know, some of you are making travel plans, but you're just waiting for the answers before you take the next move, which is probably for the best. You have the whole world in your hands. All the opportunities are there before you. Now you're trying to decide how soon, when am I going to do this, that sort of thing. So you're really having a really heavy inward discussion with yourself on your actions and what you have to do to move forward. But you are definitely on the right path for yourself. You've done a lot of healing this week on your inner self. You know, understanding why it is you do what a lot of things, how you handle certain circumstances, why you say certain things. So you've really gone deep this week to get the answers for yourself. Falling in love suddenly. Being swept off your feet. The need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. And there you are. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you again next week. Bye for now.